Not here.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Back to the stables, Carl.
I made sure our fallen comrades were laid to rest. And they can rest easy, knowing that their sacrifice wasn't in vain. That justice was done. As for us survivors, well, we've just got to keep at it. Keep the family together. For their sakes.
I'd have followed Quentin to that manor if I could have done, and I'll keep following him now. Wherever that surly bastard cares to lead us.
Quentin, I have a proposal for you.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more of me than a cask of Gotand gold. Go on then. Propose. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can think of none better suited to the role.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, Clive. The people of Lostwing are my family, and I cannot abandon them. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build new lives for ourselves, and if you can do that, who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison.
So you'll join us?
Where do you need me?
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. He's currently in Port Isolde. I can arrange for a party of Cursebreakers to accompany you there.
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from safe these days.
Hopefully not for long. My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape.
Still can't go over here.
Let's go.
Run like the wind.
Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
To save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies? Of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us.
It's just back there. Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
We won't lay you down.
I like stuff like that. It's super cool.
Onward then.
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
Joshua has joined Clive's party and will remain with him until departing for Origin. Okay. And he was... Oh, there's another quest here. Ooh, and there's a hunt board too. Come back to those. We'll go over here. Actually, no. I'm not gonna do that. Although there is something that I will do. I don't want to touch anything else yet.
You should have seen him. The thing didn't stand a chance.
I do want to go over here and see how close I am.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot. You earned this.
I need basically 300.
Come again. I may have more for ya.
I need 300. This doesn't even tell me how much I'm getting for these, but there's plenty. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Still one more. You know what? I might actually be able to pull this off. What does the Genji gloves do? Increases damage dealt to enemies by 5%. Oh, wait, why do I have this equipped? I purchased that, but I did not equip it. To my recollection. That's what should be equipped. Damage dealt to enemies by 5% actually seems pretty solid. Possibly equip that there someday. And again, what if these quests take me back over here? Alright. Let's just turn these in. Meaning a ghost appearing behind you like that in a horror movie or game? Well, no. You know, like, they're at a grave of somebody, or they're speaking to somebody who has died or is not there or whatever. And you know, they turn away and like that person is there watching them, you know, as if they're that they're there and listening, and it's like a really nice moment of like, you know, yeah, we acknowledge you.
Welcome back, Cid.
Welcome back, Cid.
Yes. Welcome back. Trip wasn't too much of a pain in the arse, I hope. Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping you in to help with the trial. But from what I hear, things didn't go quite as planned.
No, they most certainly did not.
I actually get to choose. Oh my gosh. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. I've said it before, this guy totally failed.
When faced with an unexpected foe, Ember froze. He did not run. He did not fight. Had I not been there, he would be dead. It would be too great a risk to send him out on a mission alone.
Thank you, Cid, for your honest appraisal. Ember, you braved the tower and emerged unscathed. Yes, but only because Cid saved your skin. To me, that's no better than being caught red-handed. You failed the test.
Wait, Sergeant. Ember still has much to learn, it's true. And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say he's due a second chance, nonetheless. After all, he did do as you asked.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade, and any mind can conquer its fears. But a scout's nose is different. You've either got one, or you ain't. And by sniffing out that log, young Ember here has shown he has a conk and a half. Wouldn't do to waste it now, would it?
Fine. One more chance.
I'll do whatever you ask. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you. Just you wait.
Well, you had your chance to show me, and you failed.
Daft as a brush, that one. But his heart's in the right place. Just like someone else we know. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him for far too long. That time the Cursebreakers took some of the weight off his shoulders, I reckon.
It couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been hard done by. Next thing you know, he'll be asking for a day off. Chance would be a fine thing. Back to work.
Forgive me, Cid. This did not play out as I expected.
Things really do these days. But that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Men who can make the best out of a bad situation. Remember that.
I will, Cid. Thank you.
Well, turns out Mana Dryad was right here. It was a false choice.
There's something about
That is disappointing. I wanted to fail the sucker. Be like, you know what? You done goofed. Go scout for someone else.
Uncle, I bring good news. The Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Ha! Of course he has. I didn't doubt you for a moment, dear boy.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Port Isolde as we speak. They will await your return there. As will one other.
One other? Who, exactly?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he might not be as successful in convincing those with political power. He asked if I might have a solution, and I suggested a certain Imperial Lord Magistrate turned Liberator.
One of your co-conspirators?
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his, but yes.
Another outlaw, then. Just the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in their places. Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you approve.
The more the merrier, eh?
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quinton can solve our problem with the armies, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't you worry, my boy. The 7 high houses will be seeing to that. They have all agreed to make the most generous of donations. Oh, of course, it did take a little persuasion, but luckily I had some unexpected help.
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward Rockford from a horde of bloodthirsty bandits.
It was more of a handful.
Well, the old battle axe was so pleased. She had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks by the next new moon. And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves in the rush to follow suit.
I'm happy to hear it.
Now, I must be getting back to the manor. Join us there at your earliest convenience, would you?
Of course, Uncle.
I don't remember Lady Ariane.
And how, pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun with Akashic?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen, perhaps I might suggest an alternative approach. Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from here to Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside to work the fallow fields. But I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interruption. 2 such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the likes of me. Rutherford spoke fondly of the great bond between you.
Us? Friends? I can't stand the man.
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep.
And what kind of company were you expecting him to keep? The man's a criminal.
Criminal? How dare you? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this fine, upstanding young gentleman.
Upstanding? He calls himself Cid the Bloody Outlaw!
Once more onto the breach.
Shall we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation, nor to claim the thrones of those that already exist. We wish simply to bring stability to the realm that mankind might weather the current storm. And to do that, we must convince those in power, the generals, the statesmen, the nobles, that our cause is just. There will be disagreements, yes, and I imagine some resistance, much resistance. But we cannot let that deter us. If we show them the path, show them that we walk it ourselves, then I am confident they will follow. The fate of the world lies in my nephew's hands, but the well-being of her people lies in ours. And we must not squander the chance that Clive has given us.
Uncle Byron,
Now, with that settled, let's move on to the signing of the Accord. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony? Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you the Triunity. Rutherford, Mike Will. Well, my boy, the stage is set.
that it is.
This is the role you were born for. Now I ask only that you trust in the talents of your supporting cast. We shall play our parts to the best of our abilities, that you might have the opportunity to shine. The realm needs its Sir Crandall. And there is no better Crandall than you, Clive. I want you to keep this signed accord as proof of our faith in you.
I will. Thank you, Uncle.
You doing knocking me all the way down here?
What do you
fellas?
think that thing is?
And how the hell is Sid gonna deal with that?
Alright, a few more quests. Doesn't look like we'll be finishing all the quests today.
You alright?
Something troubling you?
No more than usual. It's just... Eda's baby will be coming soon, and I wanted to make something for it.
I'm sure she'd like that.
Back in the north, families would always make gifts when a bairn was on the way. Yeah, let the little tykes know they were welcome in their new homes, like.
So, what's the problem?
Well, the problem is that Eda's due any day now, and I don't know if I'll be ready in time.
Is there anything I can do to help?
You know, there just might be.
All right then. What exactly are we making?
A good luck charm. But not just any good luck charm.
Not just any.
No. One made from the feather of a silver chocobo. There's naught luckier in all the realm, or so we used to say back home anyway. Thing is, they're hard to come by. Had Otto and Karen check with their suppliers, but nothing. I'd try and track one down myself, only...
Only the big day is fast approaching. And that's all you need, a feather.
That or the bird whose horse it's attached to, aye. I was gonna start by asking around with traveling traders plying the northern borders.
Well, there's no shortage of those passing through Martha's. I think I might make that my first port of call. I'll let you know if I find anything.
You're a good friend, Clive. I won't forget this.
Oh, I was like, oh, he's gone.
I will not forget this kindness, my lord.
I shall go to Eastport.
He is not going. Alrighty. Yep. We will win. Yep. Torgal is amazing. Yep. Blue Boar's in charge. Yep. Joshua or Clive will be in charge. You know, I've been thinking about this for a very long time. I feel like Joshua's face proportions are a little strange. Like, you would imagine that his forehead, I don't think I have I can't move things, but like, there's his eyes, and then maybe you go up like a few steps and there's the end of his forehead, and then the rest of his hair just like either this guy got a big head or his hair just like sprouts up and then goes back down. It's very, very interesting. A Jill quest.
If Joshua's worried about Jill, I should go and speak with him.
It's kind of disappointing that we didn't get to meet or like take our squire with us anywhere. Still haven't figured out what this is. Maybe if I go do one of those challenges, that will unlock something there.
So what do I owe the honor?
Pretty sure I don't have materials. I need one more dark steel.
And?
Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen her.
A good luck charm. May you not be an ugly baby. Babies are always ugly. So that good luck charm isn't gonna do a dang thing.
Mid, tell me this is all you need.
You make it sound like I asked you to save the world or something.
Tell me this is all you need.
It's most of what I need. After you left, I went over the figures again, and I realised I'd forgotten a 1 and a 0.
And
a cogwheel. Just a tiny one. Though, that's the problem. Gears that small are a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spent a fortnight toiling over.
Wait. The children. When they took apart your scales, there was a tiny brass gear. Now that I think about it, they didn't use it when we put the scales back together.
The young'uns? But why would the... You know what? I don't want to know. I'll keep working on the model. You go and find that cog.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project?
Kids. So what this really comes down to is the scales were actually 3 parts. So the kids are even stupider.
Sid! Is Mid still hiding from us?
She wasn't hiding. She's fine. She's just busy working on her next project.
A new invention? What is it? What is it? Is it an airship? I bet it's an airship!
Do you think she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. She needs something special, something only you three can provide. A brass gear. A tiny one. One that might fit on, say, a set of scales?
Oh, the one you forgot! We remember!
We saved it, just in case. It's in the bag of bits.
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling, then reassembling everything we can find. All the pieces that are left over, we keep under our beds, just in case.
That's good to know.
Look! I found it! Is that all? Just the gear? We have more parts if Mid needs them.
That's all for now. But I'll let Mid know about your hoard. Just in case.
Thanks, Sid.
Hey, Mr. JRPG. Are the scales tipped in my favor today? Maybe. A lot of side quests. I wanted to ask you a question, Mr. JRPG. I'm wanting to ask this for quite some time. When you got Odin's powers, did you try Odin's powers? The stuff. And when you did, and if you did, rather, what did you think?
Well, did they have it?
They did. And they kept it somewhere nice and safe. Will it work?
Will it work? He's perfect! You're a genius, Clive.
What exactly are you going to use it for?
Only the most important job of all. The wings aren't going to move on their own. But with the right cog in the right place... Well, you just wait and see. That should do it. Here goes nothing. Titan's tits.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The Mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes. Children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my Mithril engines to Zemeckis. and sling him over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work...
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it ain't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm going to bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. Ooh, I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said, dream big. But it ain't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? Only that it's a good one. And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left in me.
I'm sure you do.
Okay. Guess we're ending it right there. Right, only 200 more. So, yep, you tried each power in practice mode. They're a bit tricky, but Zen Tetsuken finisher is great. You typically build the meter with one ability, use other icons until cooldown ends, rinse and repeat, since unlike Bahamut's Odin gauge does not deplete. Okay. That is the like the type of build that I was
Twinside's hundreds of leagues away.
thinking about, like, going about, I guess. I'm just gonna look at this. Probably not gonna do any of these today. I just want to look at them. Sandbreck. This looks like a dragoon, which is the bane of my existence. Probably do those tomorrow. So I ran into an issue with Odin's. I actually tested the damage that you deal. Not like scientifically tested it, but I loosely tested it. And like I do approximately 500 damage per swing. And if I were to use Odin's sword, I do like 60 damage per swing, with like the final swing doing 130 damage. So the damage fall off is insane. On top of that, all of Odin's abilities, they only have like 1, maybe 2 stars in either damage or break damage. And so like all of the abilities are not even good enough to use. And then the cherry on top, Zen Tetsuken, whatever it's called, like you would think it does giga damage. It does like solid damage. But it's not even, but like if it lobbed off 20%, 25% of a boss's HP, I'd be like, you know what? I can see this. But I feel like I will do more damage with my normal like Phoenix abilities before I'll ever do enough damage with Odin's abilities. I'm sure someone out there has probably tested it or is in the process of testing it, but I was very underwhelmed. Level 5 Zen Tetsuken one-shots all 1 bosses in large AoE radius. I used it against just like the, I don't want to call them elites, but I guess like the elite enemies that have stagger bars. And I used it when they were staggered. And I think I did like 5 to 15% damage or something like that when they were staggered. Oh, all non-bosses. Yeah, that's not helpful though, Mr. JRPG. I mean, if its only purpose is to be cool, it's very cool. All of the abilities are cool. It changes up how your abilities interact with one another. You know, all of that is very cool. But it felt useless to me. So I just wanted to see if it was just me or if it was other people. All non-enemies without a stagger bar, but a lot of damage. Feels like it's all about level 5 or bust. Yeah, I first I tried doing it so that I'd use the sword all the time, but it's just not helpful that way. It does so little damage. Like 1 star damage. 1 star damage. No damage. 1 star damage. It's insane. So it's like I'd rather use Rising Flames and get my, 1,500 to like 5,000 damage out of this. I could probably get 2 or 3 casts out of this before I even get one of these, and I could probably get 1, maybe 2 casts of Scarlet Cyclone before I get level 5 one of those. And I would hazard a guess that these will equal or do more damage than Arm of Darkness, and I won't be constricted with these abilities that aren't even that good. But it would require testing.
Joshua, I read your message. You're right. Jill is different. I don't think I'd realized how different, but since we returned from Drake's spine, I felt it more and more.
I suppose it's not hard to imagine why.
She doesn't think she belongs anymore.
And that's why we need to remind her she is still one of us. To let her know that we still need her, now more than ever. That you still need her. But how to do that? When last we were truly close, we were but children.
Of course. Do you remember the time we accompanied Father on his annual tour of the Duchy? And Jill and I broke from the procession to ride up Man's Hill.
To see the snow daisies, I remember. It was the first time Father had allowed us to join him. And when he realized you were missing, he had the entire retinue down to the pot boys combing the countryside.
In the rain. A thunderstorm forced us to take refuge in a grove of oaks before we'd even made it halfway there. It was the Lord Commander who finally found us, and needless to say, he was none too pleased.
Then it seems you and Jill have unfinished business. What do you say?
Man's Hill. It's not that far.
Oh, true. Though I suspect it is also much changed. Little in southern Rosaria remains as it was when we were children.
You're saying I should go and scout the area for bandits?
I'm saying we should first go and see if there are actually still any snow daisies left. What would you do without me, Clive?
We'll do that some other day. I have other quests to do. Ah, yes, this area. I'm going to go from up here. You only use the sword for the meter. You also used an accessory that either reduced the cooldown or increased the gauge for Heaven's Cloud.
Come on.
Usually gets you to level 5 in 2 uses.
Faster.
Okay. I fully recognize that there is room for me to learn how to play the build, and I feel like it has to be good, you know, like there has to be some sort of function that makes sense for it. And so, you know,
this won't be easy.
Playing it wrong or not as efficient makes sense to me.
Might this be Mickelberg?
You deserve a rest.
Oh, you know what? I wonder if I did Jill's quest, if Jill would become like a quote-unquote permanent party member.
These people aren't turned. And the village seems safe enough at least. What is going on here?
Ah, did you too heed the call?
Heed the call? No, I came here looking for someone. To be honest, I wasn't sure I'd find him here. Let alone all of you.
Is that so?
What are you doing here? Is this where you live?
It is my home. The others, they heeded the call.
You keep saying that. What do you mean?
They came here to perform the rite, just as King Barnabas instructed. This village is their altar, where they shall cast their souls upon the gentle waters and give themselves to the Lord.
Give themselves?
Oh, Lord, cleanse us of our sins.
Let us be reborn in your loving arms.
Free us from the torment of this mortal realm.
They want to be saved. Forgive me, but did another foreigner like me come here? He was probably wearing a cowl.
You mean the traveler from Stone? Yes. He's staying at my house, toward the rear of the village.
Thank you. If you don't mind, I'll go and greet him.
They seek the same salvation Barnabas did.
Bring us salvation.
At least the third chair still lives. Let's go and find him.
Let us be made pure. Let us be made divine.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my internet today, but it is not pleased.
Excuse me. Are you with the Undying?
I am. And so it would appear, are you? Lord Rosfield, if I am not mistaken.
That's right. And you must be the third chair.
I am.
Cyril was worried for your safety. He sent me to find you.
Then I must apologize. I did not mean to trouble the bearer of the burning quill, much less you, my Lord Marquis.
He said that you had failed to report. Is there a reason for that?
I came here to study the followers of this new faith. But the more I learned of them, the more my own faith began to falter. You have seen them at their prayers, have you not? They devote themselves to the veneration of their Lord with a fervor I have never seen before. Praying night and day that they might be rid of their wicked wills and reborn in their Saviour's light. Not that they might be granted respite from their worldly woes, but so that they might continue to serve him. Serve him with all of their beings. I, too, swore to devote my life to the service of my Lord and Master, but this... 'tis different. It is more. And so I would see it through to the end. See these people safe, that they might achieve their dream, that they might do their duty to their Lord, even if it should keep me from doing my duty to mine.
You do understand what their dream is, don't you?
I do, my lord. They would cast aside their wills and become Akashic. I know that it may be hard to believe, but to these people, that is the very essence of salvation. Forgive me, my lord, but I must remain here. If you are to return to Master Cyril, I would consider it a great... Did you hear that, my lord? Something is happening.
I'll go and find out what. Stay here.
Just like that.
The flood. Oh no.
5 minutes.
There must be something I can do. Echoes as well. Found her.
Ready, brother?
Ready.
Oops, I wasn't ready.
Nice try.
Oh. Oh.
Another down.
What now?
About to fight a top dog. Ooh, this might be where I get my extra little iron thing.
We meet again. I've killed your kind before. Nice try.
I did not deserve it. Way too early.
Nice try.
Nice try. Well done, Tom.
I meant to press the button there.
Nice try. Nice try.
Combination. Them dogs.
Nice try.
Oh my god. Oh, calm down.
Too slow.
I don't know how to do that.
All yours, Torgal. Torgal, kill.
Oh, there it is. I was like, where's my whatchamacallit? I did not get what I was hoping to get.
Damn it. Don't you die. Come on, speak to me.
I had to save them, that they might have a chance to find true salvation. By devoting themselves to the service of their Lord. Just as I did when the Undying plucked me from the gutter and gave me a cause to believe in. A duty to serve was everything to me, and I would not deny them that fulfillment, even if they must become a Kashyyyk in order to achieve it. Forgive me, my Lord Marquis. I did not mean to trouble you with this. My findings. Could you deliver them to Master Cyril for me?
Of course. Your duty will be done.
Look, my lord. They are saved.
What a stupid quest. Oh my gosh. I hate it. I hate it so much.
They are saved. Founder. I should get this report to Cyril.
Why did you teleport me back over here? I had stuff to do. Buckles? Alright. Well, this is where I'm going to call it quits for today. We'll finish that tomorrow. Today was not a great day for stream health. So if my power just magically went out in the next like 30 seconds, you know, I'd lose all of this VOD and have to use this broken up whatchamacallit. It won't be good. So anyways, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow, 7 a.m. Pacific. We might actually be able to beat this game tomorrow. We'll find out. See ya the next time I see ya. Peace.